and your full-time job revolves around that. You may become a doctor or a dentist, etc., something related to medicine or that area. But part-time job is something that you don't have much experience with. Means that you cannot just suddenly in the morning you become a teacher, in the afternoon you become a doctor. Uh, that's impossible. So first of all, coming here, the question that proposition needs to answer is that working multiple part-time jobs, is it really worth it? Because they seem to have a mindset is that when they work multiple part-time jobs, then the economy will suddenly be better, then people will suddenly have more money, and they will suddenly have like a better work-life balance, and they suddenly will be happier. We believe that this is simply false, and we'll explain to you further. So first of all, is that which side would be able to create more benefits for people who are working? By more benefits here, we mean that people will have a job that they're actually satisfied with, and they will actually like have a feeling that less feeling of giving up or burning out. On our side, we actually focus on the long-term benefits of people who are working. And on their side, they just simply push people to the limit they can't achieve, and they don't care about their well-being or the long-term effects when they're working. Because the motion specifically says that this is like a new norm that people hold multiple part-time jobs. So it means that they're just creating a world where people will have to follow this norm, and even if they don't want to, they still have like the incentive and the pressure to follow the norm because everyone around them have multiple part-time jobs and they're the only one who only have one job. So they also have like the incentive and the pressure to actually follow others and have multiple part-time jobs as well, which can lead to a lot of pressure. Okay, so at least on our side, we're the only ones who care about those individuals' well-being and their interest in working, because we believe that we'd rather have people focus on one full-time job, but they actually care about, than people working multiple part-time jobs that they're always distracted and leads to feelings of burning out. So a little framing, first of all, is that what will the people who are working look like at the end of this debate? Firstly, on our side, they will likely to have more incentives to work hard for the main job they're pursuing, because the proposition says that, like on their side, workers will can bargain with their boss more because their boss understand that, oh, this person have multiple part-time jobs, so like they're tired and I cannot just fire them. We believe that this is make the situation worse, because on our side, even though the boss may be stricter, it means that you have to work hard for what you're doing. And on their side, the workers simply have a mindset is that, oh, I don't have to worry about getting fired anymore because my boss is so understanding, which can lead to like they're not working hard enough, rejected. And secondly, on their side, they can easily be overwhelmed with too many part-time jobs. Even though this is not a big problem, we believe this is a big problem since for a number of reasons. First of all, you can only do one thing good. For example, if I'm prepping for the motion and I'm eating my lunch, of course, I can only focus on eating my lunch and not prepping for the motion anymore. So this means that even though you can do many things at once, but like you can only focus on one thing, which is good enough. So first of all, for third speaker, they says that like it's like totally similar, because when people work full-time jobs for the rest of the day, they also have to carry out multiple tasks. We believe this is different since they are doing multiple tasks based on what they're majoring in. For a doctor, they may check the health of a patient, or they may having like multiple surgeries in a day. This is what related in their major in the first place. So this is completely different. And okay, so moving on to our extension is that Festival of First Speaker mentioned clearly the fact that how multiple part-time jobs are unstable. Okay, before I move on, I'll take that point. We don't see how having multiple part-time jobs will satisfy parents. Since first of all, when they have multiple part-time jobs, it means that none of those jobs, or even like maybe just one of those jobs, are related to or like are of their main interest. For example, I might be a singer, but I cannot just magically become a singer simply because I like it. You have to actually work for it for a very long time. So we don't see how parents will actually be satisfied when their kids have multiple part-time jobs. But on our side, if their kids have like the incentives when they are little that, okay, I'm going to study in this major and I'm going to have this full-time job as this, then we believe that on our side, parents will be more satisfied with their kids. So first of all, the first speaker from proposition mentioned just the whole point about how it will avoid economic stagnation. we don't see how this is going to work, because just because a person works multiple jobs doesn't mean that they will suddenly have more money, and doesn't mean that like more companies will seem to like will hire them, because we believe that when they have one full-time job, it means that they are major in this kind of job. So okay, let's take the worst case scenario is that they lose their job. They can easily have another job based on their field because that's what they're majoring in. But on your side, you simply have a mindset, okay, like your side simply have a mindset is that, oh, if I lose this job, I will have other jobs, right? So it means that they're not working hard enough, and they simply have a mindset is that I don't need to work hard because I have other jobs, and they don't even have something that they're majoring in. So it's very difficult for them to find another jobs that a company will take them seriously. Uh, okay. And second, about the second speaker, they mentioned is that how they will have better working conditions, like more bargaining power to the employer. I think like I've already rebutted this in the beginning, is that this just make the situation worse, since they will just have a mindset is that my boss is understanding, so I don't need to like work hard, or I don't need to kind of like please my boss. And they also said a fact is that how they will have more time for them to pursue. Like for example, they can like give people the capacity for your startup. If they don't go, if like the startup do not go well, then it's totally fine. We don't see how this is even like we don't see how even with all the multiple part-time jobs that are worth it, because like yours can make it seems like multiple part-time jobs are not that demanding, even though you can choose the time, but you cannot say, oh, I want to work as a barista in the morning, and like if I don't want to, then I can just totally quit. Because like even though there are multiple part-time jobs, there are still specific time demands that they need to follow. So it's like even as demanding, or like we believe it's more demanding than a full-time jobs as well. And we don't believe that startup is that important, because each person has different things. If you want to start up, then fine, you can do that. But like putting startup in this debate, we don't see this is that important when you put the problem of like individuals can have startup in this debate. So finally, moving on to our clash and wing, is that first of all, we believe that the first one is the long-term benefits. We believe that long-term benefits can easily be achieved when you focus on one full-time job. Is that something you're actually good at? Because we believe, because like proposition make it seems like when people work full-time job, they don't like it and they just want to do other things. This is totally false, because this full-time job is based on what they have studied in university, is based on their choice in the beginning as well. So they're likely to like work hard for what they're doing, instead of having multiple part-time jobs that are nothing related to what they have studied in university. And you cannot just magically become work a specific job just because you like it. And second of all, for their individual's interest, let's ask a very simple question. Do those individuals want to work multiple part-time jobs? We believe the answer is simply no, because no one in this world wants to stress themselves out by working so many jobs when you can just focus on one job that you're good at. So overall, we believe that we take this debate for the above reason that I've proved to you, so proud to oppose.